Hello and welcome to Common Sense TV. I'm your host, Dr. Common Sense. Now, if Tell and that crew had done this 2 months ago, you probably could have got excited. But I'm glad to see John Bolton's house get ran up in. I like to fondly refer to him as the Walrus. I think it's the great thing that his house was ran up in. His wife looked pretty disheveled. She kind of looked like Jimmy Carter, if you ask me, but there's neither here or there. I was glad to see it. Now, I got a couple of things I like to say about this whole situation. Now, I think Scott Jennings over at CNN, he chimed in on the situation. I'll let him talk a little bit about it, and I got something I want to cover about it because I don't feel any sympathy for John Bolton, that piece of trash by the name of John Bolton.
I'm reminded of something that I heard someone say after the Mar-a-Lago raid, and the statement was everybody ought to just calm down, whether you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump, and let the process work its way through. That was said by John Bolton himself after the Mar-a-Lago raid on Trump. Look, I try not to engage too much in conjecture on these things. All we really know is what Caitlin just told us, that this is related to an investigation regarding information he put in his book. We know that they're searching for things, and that's it.
So the story is that he put some information in his damn book that was considered as classified. John Bolton, he and the Bushes and most of the Democrats are nothing but damn war hawks. They never seen a war that they didn't like. Everything about John Bolton says he likes to go to war. Now, John Bolton once said Trump was careless and was like a type of pinball machine inside the White House. And you remember after the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid, Bolton said everyone should technically just take a damn deep breath.
I think it's important that everybody take a deep breath here. This is a very serious matter, and it would be better.
I agree with you. He said it's a serious matter, and we need to just take a damn deep breath. Well, why don't you take your own damn advice? Now, some of you may not know this, but many believe that John Bolton has been raking in millions of dollars from overseas, and it's possible that he may have been trafficking U.S. intelligence. You remember what he once said about when President Trump had nominated Matt Gaetz and Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard? John Bolton, the war hawk, the Walrus war hawk, he didn't like these particular pickings because these were not war hawks. So John Bolton got a little upset. So I want to look at this clip what John Bolton had said about Tulsi Gabbard, Matt Gaetz, and what he had said about Kash Patel. I don't feel no sympathy. We should have did it a long time ago. We should run up in the house of James Comey, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. Let's run up in their damn house. You was the former president that ran in your house. Nothing would please me more. Matter of fact, I would be nice to Pam Bundy and Kash Patel if they run up in Barack Obama's the sausage hider's house.
I thought there were a trio of Trump nominations here that were really in a category by themselves, not just incompetent, but dangerous to the United States. One was Matt Gaetz. He's gone. The remaining two are Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel for the FBI. Not only are they not qualified, they have done things through the course of their career that show they don't have the judgment or the character, frankly, to hold such sensitive positions.
Now, isn't it funny? He's one of the ones, along with Dick Cheney, is one of the ones who wanted to invade Iraq for weapons of mass destruction. If CNN was worth a grain of salt, it would have this Walrus-looking piece of trash, communist piece of trash. Aren't you the guys who went over with the information you had, telling us that they had Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction? What about that? Now, there's also a video of John Bolton at John McCain's funeral. He was seen getting something. I don't know what it was. It was a Syrian ETF agent. This is why he was the national security advisor. He's seen on video taking some from him, and nobody even asked what the hell he was taking.
Men and women.
Look at
Harder on the generals.
Watch this fella.
Senator McCain.
He handed him some right there. He tried to do a sneak. Look at that.
Men and women who
Here you go. Get that.
was known for being very tough on leadership.
What the hell did he give John Bolton? See, him and John McCain was a piece of trash too. Let me rewind it a little bit. He gave him something. I don't know what it was.
So
Watch it close.
Senator McCain did really relate to the troops. He really related
Look,
to the
look,
men
look,
and women
look.
who served this country.
Here you go. I'm gonna shake your hand. There you go.
Tough on leadership.
Why was this Syrian ETF agent even there? Do you not find it a little suspicious? Did we ever investigate what the hell he gave John Bolton, this piece of trash by the name of John Bolton? John Bolton has always been a war hawk. He likes to go to war for no damn reason. Only thing he think about. It's too bad your wife didn't go into cardiac arrest when they busted to the house. Because I remember how y'all did Roger Stone. Y'all busted up in his house, had him in handcuffs. He was barefoot. John Bolton is supposed to be a conservative, but he's nothing really but a filthy liberal communist. And you think about all of the people on the left, CNN, MSNBC, why they love John Bolton. If he was a real conservative, they would love him. The only thing that he thinks about is how to go to war in other countries. Remember the one time you remember how he said Donald Trump wasn't smart enough to do coup d'etats. He bragged about the coup d'etat. You also remember when he was on CNN running his mouth about Trump. He never spoke. Have you ever noticed he never spoke bad about George Bush? He never spoke bad about Obama. He never spoke bad about Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, like he speaks about Donald Trump. And so they keep having him on because he speaks like this about Donald Trump, this piece of trash.
Moment. But I don't think he cared about the classification system. I don't think he appreciated the sensitivity of this information, and he didn't appreciate the sensitivity of...
That's why they raided your house. See, this is what he said when Donald Trump was raided. Now you getting the same medal. It's about damn time somebody got something. I don't think that's going to really happen because they didn't arrest him, but at least you're doing something. You should have did it 2 or 3 months ago, though.
How it was often acquired, the so-called sources and methods. So this had been briefed to him before I arrived. It was repeated frequently.
See, these are one of these pieces of trash who think everything they say is right about war. If you look at the Bush doctrine and everybody else, what they've done, all they ever talked about is war. To me, if you look at Donald Trump's track record, he's doing peace. But John Bolton will never give him credit because John Bolton, for some reason, I don't know if he's making money off going to war, but it's the only thing he thinks about.
I think it simply had no impact on him whatever.
There's a couple of different ways that people think about this, and people who are not friendly to the president who think about what's happened here. And one of them is, Donald Trump, master thief, criminal, running.
This liberal right here, who he might like to take a shank in the rectum too. This mama's boy probably breastfed till he was 17 or 18 years old. These are the fellas who don't ever do anything. They come on MSNBC and the rest of them and pretend like they have some insider track and they're so damn smart. But see, when they do insults, the left ignores. That's why I like the insults. I don't care anything about getting along with the left. They insult, you insult back. They go low, you go lower. As Eric Holder said.
Kind of elaborate conspiracy to bring things out of the White House and keep them secret for potentially for.
Obama and everybody in his administration, including Hillary Clinton, did this, and this piece of trash didn't say nothing.
Political or financial gain. There are other people who his attitude is Trump is chaotic. He's careless. He's not that smart.
It's funny he's not that smart, but he's destroyed your damn network. He's not that smart, but he keeps getting it right. All the stuff he said about Russian collusion was correct. You morons was wrong. Hunter Biden's laptop, the lab leak. He keeps getting it right. He keeps saying he's wrong.
He took these things almost by mistake, and now he's basically stamping his feet and saying they're mine. I don't want to give them up. Give me a sense of.
I can't stand bedwetters like this. This bedwetter but he's still probably peeing the bed.
Where you think the truth lies with respect to Trump's.
See, they all bring John Bolton like he's some kind of expert. Like, I like to shave his damn mustache off and shave his eyebrows off too. Leave his hair on his head. Just shave his mustache off and his eyebrows. See how he'll look. Because he ain't nothing but a freak looking. He'll look just like a walrus then.
Intelligence, carelessness, and the degree to which he might have brought motive to bear on taking these documents out of the White House and keeping them for this long at Mar-a-Lago.
Well, it's very hard to speculate on motive other than that he liked cool things. He saw things so he wanted to take them, and he was.
See, these are the kind of people who's upset that Donald Trump became president because they could never be president.
Pretty much able to take them, and not just on classified information matters, on all kinds of things that crossed his desk.
See, this is why I believe firmly in whenever a left-wing piece of trash do something, you go to destroy them because this is what they try to do to you. You can play nice, you can play patty cake with them, you can do all these things. But see, John Bolton should have been an example in the first damn place. And then John Bolton, in one video, he said that Trump doesn't like to be in a situation where he has to make a decision that he can't reverse the next day. See, when he says stuff like this, you can easily go through the history of decisions he's made, like destroying ISIS and other situations he had made. As a matter of fact, the whole way that we took out the nuclear facilities in Iran. Now, he said that Donald Trump don't like making decisions. Funny thing is, he did it.
I mean, you don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do.
Yes, I don't think he knows what to do as of the moment we speak. And he doesn't like to be in these kinds of situations.
See, that's why people like these, first of all, you need to kneecap. Hit him in the kneecap, shave his mustache, his eyebrows off, and slap him around, like waterboard him a little bit or something. And let his ugly old wife let us see it. Too bad she didn't croak when they went in there because she looked like she half dead anyway. She reminded me of Jimmy Carter when he was the fly catcher.
Where he has to make a choice that he can't reverse the next day.
Well, he blew up the facilities in Iran without Iran firing the shot. Nobody, not one boots on the ground. You damn experts was completely wrong about it. He did what he needed to do, and ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You filthy walrus, you.
He'd much rather have room to maneuver. And he currently believes, I think, that if he threatens the use of force, that this will finally induce.
See, this is why the people on the left has no credibility. After this, they should have brought him back on the show and says, okay, he was threatening, but he didn't want to tell them what they was doing. 24 hours, our pilots flew nonstop 24 hours, dropped bombs on all the facilities over there, destroyed the facilities. Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, you piece of trash, all you experts was completely wrong. To this day, we have not went to war. I said it then and I say it now. We need to go destroy them and nothing's going to happen. World War III will not occur. The experts was wrong. I'm the damn expert, damn it.
The Ayatollahs to be serious about negotiating the.
The Ayatollahs have been quiet ever since he did it. You ain't heard a mumbling word out of the Ayatollah.
End of the nuclear weapons program.
Have they even been screaming death to America anymore?
He's wrong on that.
Pain is the universal language. You put enough pain on an SOB, I guarantee you they'll get it. All this talk ain't gonna get nowhere. See, if you ran in John Bolton's house and arrested him and his damn wife, you did that 3 months ago, none of them will be talking this trash like they still talking trash. The reason James Comey was writing in the sand trying to get you assassinated is because you didn't run up in this damn house, punch him in the mouth. Beat him up a little bit when you run him in there, punch him upside the head, hit him in the eardrum, get somebody hit him with a hammer like they did Paul Pelosi, just anything to rough him up a little bit.
Because they're not going to negotiate the end of the program. I think really the Ayatollahs are waiting to see if this is a taco moment.
See that?
Trump
moment.
chickens out line.
He said Donald Trump always chicken out. Ain't not one single war started under Donald Trump. Destroyed the freaking ISIS that Barack Obama. You notice John Bolton never talks like this about George Bush, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden. He never speaks like this about these people. And they've done all kind of, none of these people he ever talked like this about. You know why? Because this piece of trash cannot stay in real peace. He wants a war. You remember the time that he called Donald Trump a thug? He called him a moron. Matter of fact, a moron. One video he calls him a moron. The next one he calls him a thug.
Trump's infatuation with Putin.
Well, I think he has a
This is another little sit down in TT bed where he's interviewing.
fascination with authoritarian leaders generally. I think Trump would like to be a big guy, but I don't think he's smart enough to be a dictator.
See, he said he don't think he's smart enough to be a dictator. You're contradicting your own narrative.
So is Trump, what's the term, an idiot?
Well, I think Rex Tillerson had the iconic two-word description of Trump. The first word I won't repeat even on your show, the second of which was moron.
Okay, I'll throw it in there.
That's pretty much on point.
Yes.
That's right.
So he let this guy call the former president effing moron. You'll never hear him talk about Joe Biden like this. Joe Biden didn't even know his butt from a hole in the ground. But you never hear John Bolton talking about Joe Biden or Barack Obama, who didn't even have a valid birth certificate. But he calls Donald Trump in that clip, he calls him a moron. The next clip, he actually calls him a thug because of the photo.
Thank you for being here tonight. I mean, I just wonder, as someone who worked inside the West Wing when Donald Trump was president, what is it like for you to see his mugshot tonight?
Well, I thought it was, as with most things Trump does, carefully staged. They must have thought about what
So they said that Donald Trump staged the photo. You can't make it
look
up.
they wanted. He could have smiled. He could have looked benign.
Why the hell would he smile? You bastards dragging him to court on these trumped up charges. Now notice that John Bolton's supposed to be so damn smart. Tell me what the charges is, John Bolton.
Instead, he looks like a thug. And I think it's intended to be a sign of intimidation against.
Now think about it. This is the trial that Fonnie Willis brought up on Donald Trump. John Bolton don't see anything wrong with those trumped up charges.
The prosecutors and
because he questioned the damn election.
Judges. That's what they picked, and we'll see that picture everywhere.
So you think they actually spent time deciding, should he smile in this? Should he have this scowl that he appears to have gone with?
Almost as much time as they spent combing his hair.
He posted the mugshot, shortly after on his own social media account, along with the phrase "never surrender." I mean, a bit ironic given he had actually just surrendered at the Fulton County Jail behind me. But how do you expect him to try to use this to his political advantage as he's running for president?
Well, I think in the same way he's used the other three indictments, and I think the evidence is that the indictments have proven the law of diminishing marginal utility. If anything, they're not undercutting his support; they're building it up. And
now, notice two things about those particular clips. She says that he said never surrender. I hate the little Caitlyn girl, child. Everybody's smart. She didn't even want to question Joe Biden. This is what you prove. You're not even a journalist. See, this, I think she used to be on Fox sometimes too. This is why I don't have no respect for anybody on the left. I just don't. I don't like them. I don't try to pretend like I want to be their friend. But she says that he said never surrender, and he had surrendered to get his photo taken. Do you understand what never surrender means, idiot? John Bolton goes on and on. He never talked about the merits of particulars of these different charges these trumped up charges that were brought up against him. He never talks about the merit. He acts as if this is correct because he's mad because Donald Trump won't listen to him and go to war like idiots like George Bush did, who wasn't very smart either. Everything that John Bolton says or does is against the interests of the American people. And see, it's people like John Bolton that has destroyed the fiber of the damn country. But see, these people bring people like John Bolton on their stations because they love people like John Bolton who will never, ever do anything that's beneficial to the American people. Donald Trump has prevented more wars than probably all the presidents in the last 50 years put together. He prevented the war. John Bolton has been promoting war and all the rest of this stuff, and now he's upset because Donald Trump is winning. You're upset, and have anybody heard from John Bolton since his house got ran into? Oh, yeah, we'll be waiting for that, John Bolton.